Hello everyone, welcome back to UPSC Warriors channel by Unacademy. This is Soundarya. Today we are quickly going to go through some of the MCQs framed from the articles published in your Hindu newspaper. So this exercise can be helpful as we have our prelims UPSC CSE 2025 approaching, and this is something which can be helpful for you to revise whatever that you read and also ensure whether you are reading it in the right direction or not, and what are the contents that you have to give more focus to, especially so as to you do your prelims well. So this exercise is going to be very much helpful in terms of giving you the practice of solving MCQs as well as reading the newspapers. So since some students prefer reading the newspapers by night, we will not do the MCQs of the Hindu newspaper on the same day. Probably we will keep it to the next day. So without much delay, let's get into the first question now. So question 1 is about the recent Amendment Act that has been passed in the Lok Sabha. So Banking Laws Amendment Bill 2024 was passed in the Lok Sabha, and that is why we have a question here. It aims to amend which of the following acts? So quickly drop a message in the comment section what would be the correct answer. Either it is RBI Banking Regulation Act, State Bank of India Act, or the Banking Companies Act. The answer is all of the above. That is 1, 2, 3 and 4. This act is quite significant. Why do we have to know this? It is because this act has made so many changes across all the important acts that we have to govern the banking system in such a way that it is aimed at increasing the operational efficiency, aimed at facilitating the smooth transmission of the businesses and making more profits to not just the depositors but also to the bankers and the investors. So these are the existing provisions and these are the changes made through this amendment bill. So let's quickly go through some of the key provisions in this amendment bill, starting from redefinition of fortnight. So what is this fortnight? This fortnight is the reference period based on which the banks will calculate the liabilities, or the banks will calculate the amount of cash reserves that they have to keep it with RBI. So one such reserve is called as the cash reserve ratio, right? So what is cash reserve ratio? Certain proportion of the bank's net demand and time liabilities will be reserved in the form of cash with the RBI. So in addition to this, according to section 42(1), the banks should also maintain specific average daily balance. Clear? Specific average daily balance. In addition to the cash reserve ratio, banks should also maintain specific average daily balance in form of cash with the Reserve Bank of India. So how do this average daily balance will get calculated? It will be determined on the basis of the balance sheet taken on a fortnight. So what is the fortnight? Earlier it was Saturday to the second Friday, but now this amendment changed it from 1st to 15th of each month, or from 15th till the end of every month. So this is the first change made, and second change is about tenure of directors. So according to the current provision, the tenure cannot extend beyond 8 years, right? Except for the chairman or except for some whole time director, this tenure cannot extend beyond 8 consecutive years. But now the amendment changed it from 8 to 10 consecutive years for the cooperative banks. And talking about this one, nomination rules for deposits and lockers. Earlier we had only one nominee, but now this allows up to 4 nominees, so that the banking, whatever the banking investments made by the particular person can get actually transmitted to different set of people and not just to one person after the demise. And talking about this one, settlement of unclaimed amounts, that is, according to the current provisions, the unpaid or the unclaimed dividends made to the investors' education PF fund is actually not returned back to the investor made, and it is limited only to the dividends. But now this has been expanded to include shares, interest payments, as well as there is one option to facilitate them to get retrieved, to get that amount from IEPF retrieved. So we have so many interesting questions down the line. So don't miss this video. Watch it till the end of the video. And in the end of the video, I will be giving you the topics from which I'm going to make MCQs tomorrow, taken from today's Hindu newspaper as well. So moving forward from here, we have these two changes made as well. One is exemption for common directors in cooperative banks. So according to the current provision, a director of one bank cannot serve as a board member of another bank, okay, except if RBI appoints them in person. But this is something changed now. It allows directors of central cooperative banks to act as a board member of the state cooperative bank, okay. And then increase in threshold for substantial interest in companies. This is something that refers to this particular value, that is holding substantial interest means if you are actually having shares worth 5 lakh or greater than 10% in any company, then it means that you are holding substantial interest in companies. But now this amount, this threshold has been changed from 5 lakh or 10% to 2 crore rupees, okay. So this is all about the banking amendment bill that you have to know about. So moving forward from here, we have another question with us. Consider the following statements. Cesses and surcharges need not be shared with the states. Okay, the center is entitled to collect cesses and surcharges under constitutional provision. See, the states are actually demanding the center government to distribute their cesses and surcharges collection, which was quite higher. In the last financial year, 22 to 23, about 5 lakh crores was collected, under the cess and surcharge alone. So what is the constitutional provision that we have? Do we have the states, entitled for getting a share on the cess or surcharge? So what do you think is the right answer? What is the right answer here? It need not be shared with states, of course, yes. And center is entitled to collect, which means state is not entitled to collect. It is only the center. And do not miss this directive. It is asking for the correct statements. So the correct answer is both 1 and 2. So why it is in news? It is mainly because the 15th and the 14th Finance Commission even gave recommendation to amend the Article 270 so as to allow this particular cess and surcharge to be distributed to the state governments because of having higher collections, and the states are also demanding. But 16th Finance Commission under the chairmanship of Arvind Panagaria is not in that favor. He said that it is a complicated issue. So it was in news yesterday, and that is why we have this question. Before moving on to the explanation, I have one of the very interesting announcement to make here, that now Unacademy recently celebrated its 9th anniversary, as a result of which we have wonderful surprises for the students, and it goes like this. If you are getting UPSC or any of the examination subscription, you will be given 50% offer, and in addition to that, if you are someone who is taking 9-month subscription, at the end of your 9th month, we will have another 9-month subscription getting extended to your account. Same thing goes with your 12th month subscription plan also. So after your 12 months, you will get another 12 months completely for free. So this is the right time for you to enter. You can also make use of my code, that is RIA50, to get further discounts. Okay. Moving forward from here, let's get back to this. So we know that only the union government can collect cesses and surcharges, and only the union government is entitled to do that, and it is not needed for the center government to distribute any share to the state governments, right? So it is union government which is allowed to levy both cess and surcharge. State governments and local bodies do not have the power to either levy or to collect certain share of the cess and surcharges from the union government, right? So which article is actually giving this provision? Article 270. So the proceeds collected from the cess and surcharge is taken to the Consolidated Fund of India. So this is not something that is going to fall under the divisible pool of the tax revenues of the center government, which which it should share with the state governments. Moving forward from here, we have the next question with us. According to the India Skills Report 2025, which of the following states ranked top in employability in India? So what is the correct answer? Is it Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Kerala or Uttar Pradesh? The correct answer is Maharashtra. Okay, but the news was around Kerala, saying Kerala has also topped the list of these states which actually have so much of employment in the country, and this includes, states like Maharashtra, Delhi, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so now Kerala's workforce is also giving so much of power to this particular list. Why? Because of its strong employability rate at 71%, right? And you also have to remember some of the facts here, that Pune, Bengaluru and Mumbai are the leading cities, okay, with skilled workforce in the country. And then the employability rate of the overall graduates is going to be at 54.6% by 2025, and it has witnessed increase. And then the employability rate for men is again expected to rise to 53.5%, but sadly employment rate of women is expected to decline to 47.5% from 50.9%. So these are certain facts that you can remember about this particular report, right? And moving forward, we have our last question for today. Vice President can be removed by which of the following majorities? So yesterday we had one video where I was discussing about the different types of majorities, like simple majority, effective, etc., used for different applications. So this question is asked because we know that there has been so many chaos happening in the Rajya Sabha with respect to removal of this Vice President, right? So how he can be removed? Read all the options here. What is the correct answer? It is the effective majority of the members of the Rajya Sabha. So how the Vice President is getting removed? First, Rajya Sabha should initiate the impeachment process by serving 14 days notice in prior, following which the Rajya Sabha should pass a resolution with effective majority. Effective majority of then members refers to what? Effective majority of then members refers to total strength of the House minus vacancies. So once this resolution is passed in Rajya Sabha, it has to be passed in Lok Sabha also. So Lok Sabha will pass that resolution in simple majority only. Okay, that is 50% plus 1 of present and voting. Clear? So let's quickly revise what are the applications of these majorities. I told you simple majority is used for passing various bills like ordinary bills, money bills, financial bills, etc. Simple majority is used for passing motions like confidence motion, no confidence motion, censure motion, adjournment motion, and it is used for approval of discontinuance of national emergency, and it is used for approval of imposition of financial emergency. Clear? Remember? So go through that video also. And we also have effective majority. Simple majority is used for electing the speaker, deputy speaker, and we have deputy chairman getting elected using simple majority. Chairman is the Vice President who is again elected separately. And then it is used for what? Removal of all these members: speaker, deputy speaker, chairman and deputy chairman. Okay, so they are elected with simple majority, removed with effective majority. Special majority is for making constitutional amendments, and the ratification by states will be done with simple majority. Special majority is used for impeachment of president. It is used for creating law in the state list. Okay, so it is again used for creating any new all India services. So we have 3 types of special majority which we discussed yesterday. So that's it for today from my side. So if you have not subscribed to UPSC Warriors channel, please subscribe and do not forget to avail this offer. It is going to get over by December 17th. So these are some of the topics that we will be discussing tomorrow in the form of MCQs, and picked from today's newspaper, that is 12th December. Okay. Fine. That's it for today from my side. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.